Hey everyone, welcome. It's Heather Burkart with Her Wellbeing, Ayurveda, and Yoga. I'm here today at Helium Restore in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And today's practice is all about this beautiful full moon coming in Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign. It is a sign that is ruled by responsible, dutiful, organized, meticulous, beautiful Saturn. So, what I have for you is this beautiful full moon flow that is going to work with these very Aquarian parts of our bodies. So, we have, um, in particular, we have the ankles can be very sensitive places, especially for Aquarians. So, working on strengthening ankles, working on lower body strength in general, and also stimulating circulation throughout the whole system. And I should also mention that we're focused on this very earthy root or Muladhara chakra. So this is a very um, strengthening, strengthening and stabilizing practice. So we can have this very stable and strong lower body so that our upper body can flow and be in the grace of the moment. Even though Aquarians are ruled by this very responsible Saturn planet, they do like to rebel every now and again and go with their own flow, follow their own heart. So the invitation is this is all an offering. And if you want to do your own thing and express yourself in a different way, please feel free to do that. Let's get started. I do like to have a little padding with a blanket on the mat, especially for our knee down poses. And I have a couple of blocks here at the top of my mat as well. I also have a bolster behind me for some extra support. We'll start in seated pose, and you might like to use that bolster under your hips, especially if you're feeling tight in the hips or the low back, and it helps you to sit up. Now, I'm going to give you the side view here. Move my bolster around to the side so you can see what I'm doing with my spine. We'll start with working with the head. Aquarians very much so live in their heads. They're thinkers, they're visionaries, they're seekers. And so they're always in their heads. And that can create a lot of tension in the head, neck, and even upper shoulder area. So we'll start by sitting up nice and tall, finding some good posture in our seated position, Sukhasana, easy pose, whatever feels easy for you. And focusing on the head, we'll take a full breath in all the way up the spine. And then on the exhale, we'll drop the chin down towards the chest. On the in breath, roll the head over to the right shoulder, keeping shoulders released away from the ears. Take another breath there if that feels good, and then roll the head back down towards your chest on the out breath. On the in breath, roll the head in the other direction. Keep shoulders relaxed. Exhale, chin back to center. A couple of head rolls forward, just like that. If you want, you can place your hands on the shoulders as a reminder to keep them weighted and released away from the ears. If you want, you can take a full circle as well, maybe once or twice. And remember, if you want to do your own thing here, that's fine too. Bringing chin back down to the chest. We'll reverse those circles if you did those. And then eventually bringing chin back to the chest, hands to your lap, bringing chin up to neutral. We'll take a breath And turn head towards the right shoulder, the chin drawing towards the right shoulder. Again, shoulders relaxed here. And then turn the head in the other direction. A few times like that. Try to go slow. Aquarians are very fast moving, mobile personalities. So taking the slow road can help balance this very fast moving energy. It's a very simple exercise, really helps to release tension in the head and the neck and giving you a nice gentle stretch. Good. Bringing the chin back to center. Hands to the heart. Take a full breath in. Interlace the fingers. Exhale. Push the hands away from the heart as you round into your back body. Let the shoulders separate. Draw the chin down gently. Tuck your tail underneath you. Inhale to lengthen. Reach the arms upwards. Maybe lift the chest, maybe lift the chin too, if that feels good to stretch the front of the throat. A few times like that. Cat, cow, tilts with full breaths in as you extend and reach, and then exhale, full breaths out. Bring the belly in, tuck the tail under, drop the chin. Couple more times like that. Remember, going slow can feel a little bit more challenging, but that's okay. Invite that slowness to help slow down the energy of the body and the energy of the mind so that we can receive this practice. And bringing hands back to the heart center. Full breath in and full breath out. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist over to the right. Good. Grab hold of the right knee with the left hand. Stabilize yourself. Lift up. Full breath in, full breath out. Maybe looking over the back shoulder towards the back of your space. Good. Inhale, reach, get a little longer as you float through center. Exhale, open up. Twist to the other side. Right hand comes to the left knee. Bear down as you lift up through the torso, maybe looking over the back shoulder. Let the breath continue to flow. Inhale, reach. Come through center. Same thing. The left hand lands on the right knee. Good. This time we'll sweep the right arm up and take a side stretch over to the left. This hand will anchor yourself so you can stretch a little bit more here. Take deep breaths. This helps to keep us upright and buoyant as we stretch. Keep the breath flowing. Inhale. Open up to the twist once more. Good. Let's move over to the other side as we inhale through center. Exhale, open up. Right hand to the left knee. Holding on to that knee, take one more twist here. Long torso, long spine. Sweep the left arm up and over to the right. Side stretch. Hang on here as we side stretch. Good. Breathe into that stretch. Both sitting bones planted firmly. Good. And now we'll cross the elbows in front of us. Bring the backs of the hands in. If you can, grab hold of that upper thumb as we come into eagle arms. Stretching the shoulder blades gently open. Take a full breath in and out, up and down the spine. If you want, you can add some movement here. Inhale to reach the fingers gently upwards and exhale to draw the elbows down. If you want, you can tuck in and round the back a little bit as well. Drop the head. Inhale to lift and reach and exhale. Good. So all that thinking and maybe even computer work too, if that's happening, can really lodge tension in the shoulders. Take some time to release that tension, and you'll see that you'll get more prana, more energy flow to the mind. Good. This can also help with tension headaches, releasing excess energy from the head, neck, and shoulders. And then we'll unwind on an exhale and cross the other elbow over. Bring the hands in. Hang on to that upper thumb if you can. Take a breath in and reach. Ever so slightly exhale to cave in and drop that. Good. A couple more times like that, breath by breath. Keep the shoulders relaxed and anchored in the back body as you reach, and then exhale. Find that curve in the back body. Once more here. Good. And then releasing in. Good. Let the shoulders separate. Maybe you want to hang out here a little bit longer. Maybe there's some gentle head movements that feel good. And then slowly unwind as we come back to upright. Place the hands behind the back, lift the heart. Take a full breath up and down the spine here, and then walk your hands forward. Come into forward fold. You can grab onto those blocks if they're there, or stack a couple of pillows. Stretch the arms away as you tilt the pelvis in the opposite direction. Full breaths in and out here. Finding full expansion on the inhale in all directions, and then exhale. Release that breath, relax. And then when you're ready, walk yourself back up. We'll take whatever leg is in front, switch it behind, and stretch out once again. Good. Reaching for those blocks if you have them. Good. Extending the whole upper body here. Releasing the forehead down to the ground if that feels good. Taking full breaths in and out here. Notice we're putting lots of weight on the ankles and on the knees. So take it easy here. And then head back. Walk the hands back. Take a moment to notice. Feel that blood flow rush in as we lift up. Good. We'll release this prop. Place it out to the side. Come onto hands and knees here. Good. And then slowly coming, we're going to scoot those blocks a little bit closer, slowly coming up onto the knees for camel pose, taking the arms forward on an inhale. Exhale, sweep the right arm back towards that right foot. Notice that my toes are tucked here, and reach back. If you want, you can look back, leaning back a little bit, all while pressing the hips forward. Inhale to sweep that arm forward. Exhale over to the other side. Keep reaching this arm forward as you reach back. Look back towards that foot. You can also use blocks here on either side of the feet. So it looks like this. Next time you sweep back, leaning back, grab hold of that block. If you want, you can take the arm all the way up to the sky. Good. If you want, you can swing the arms through as you reach back, lifting up or looking back. A couple of times like that. Find your own flow with your own breath rhythm. Again, those back toes are tucked, or you can untuck them, press the tops of the feet down. Good. Once more to each side. Good. Nice. Let it flow. Remember that we don't have to be perfectly symmetrical. Maybe when we want to do things a little differently, it'll place the blocks. back out in front once again, and come into downward facing dog. Take your time lifting knees and hips high. Plant the hands, all fingers spread wide. You might walk the hands away just a little bit or walk the feet away. Find a comfortable stance here. Find quietude and stillness here in downward facing dog just for a few breaths. Let the head hang. Press the heels down towards the earth. Anchor down and breathe. Lengthen the torso even more. Reach into the arms. Let the head go. And then when you're ready, step forward. The right foot right outside the right hand for our first low lunge of the practice. So from here, you can come on to this knee, lifting the chest. You can reach the arms forward, maybe letting the hips glide forward. Good. And then bowing down for a hamstring stretch. A couple more times like that. Inhale to reach and exhale. Maybe you want to do something a little different, straightening out that back leg, coming up into a high lunge. Maybe that feels good. Good. Bowing forward and coming down once again and taking a twist here towards the right thigh. The left elbow plants right on top of the thigh, maybe a little bit beyond the knee, hugging the torso into the thigh. Breathe here. Good. Lengthen the back of the neck. Release the head and shoulders. Remember, there's a lot of tension to let go of there. And if you want, you can straighten out that back leg. Good. If this doesn't feel comfortable, you can take a hand down to a block under the left shoulder and reach for the sky. So you find your own flavor for this twist. What serves you best? Maybe the knee likes to stay grounded. Good. We'll take that hamstring stretch one more time, releasing the hips back. Can bring blocks with us. Toes tucked under. Good. And while we're here, we can rotate this foot if we want in one direction and then the other. And then coming forward, and we'll switch sides. Step back to downward facing dog. Plant the hands under the shoulders first. Step back. Maybe step back a little bit more if you need to. Find that strength and stability, stillness in downward facing dog for just a couple breaths here, pressing the heels down, letting the knees be soft. If you want, you can take the heels up and down together. We'll pulse the heels up and down to help boost circulation here and also really work with the ankles. Good. And then we'll take a step forward, the left foot, stepping outside the hand, place that back knee down, find some support and softness with the blanket, lift up, pressing yourself up, maybe arms reaching up, and then lean back for that hamstring stretch. Good. Take your time moving through this flow like so. And maybe you'd like to straighten out that back leg, coming up a little higher and bowing forward. Last time, keep the breath flowing. And then we'll meet in that hamstring stretch like so. Good. If you want, you can bring in the blocks. Place them under the shoulders. Free up this front foot for some ankle rotations in one direction and then the other. Good. Nice. And then coming forward, and we will come back to child's pose. Just take a moment to rest here. Knees underneath you or knees wide. That's your choice. Good. Lifting up. Maybe using your blocks here, we're going to move into pyramid pose, stepping the right foot forward to the inside of that right block, and then straighten out both legs as you glide the hips back. So there's my front foot right inside the right block, squaring your hips down towards your mat and taking a comfortable stance here. Okay, so here you have some artistic license to bend that knee a little bit, maybe bowing forward as we did earlier, maybe taking the arms behind the back and lifting the chest. Maybe it's straightening out that front leg as you bow forward. Feel free to express this posture any way you'd like. We're going to switch sides, bend the front knee, step forward, take a forward fold here first. Bring the weight over your feet, hips forward, forward folding, let the head go here. And then we'll step back with the right foot to do the other side. In pyramid pose, our feet are still about hip distance apart. So look back, make sure you have some distance between your feet. Square the hips towards the front of your mat and breathe here. Use the blocks or not. You can use tent hands here. You can bend this front knee. You can bow down. You can lift the arms up and away. Interlace the fingers behind the back, whatever feels good here. Explore some options. And remember, this side can feel different and be different. Meet the moment. What is the body calling for? Good. Stretch both legs out if that feels really good. Maybe a folding forward over the front leg. Finish your thought, and when you're ready to move on, bend the front knee, step the back foot forward once again for forward fold. This time blocks out in front of you as we come down into a big toe pose. So you can take the knees wide if that feels good and balance here. Maybe bring the blocks a little closer. Lift the chest away from the belly, anchor the tail, drop the knees, press down into the feet. Feet are separated. Here, heels lifted. And if you want, you can take the hands to the heart for this balancing pose. Hands down to legs. It's okay if it feels a little wobbly. Balancing poses can feel that way. And then if you want, you can take the knees forward to try something a little different. Maybe you need to bring the feet a little closer together underneath you, legs squeezing together. Roll the shoulders up and back. And breathe here. As we come into this other version, maybe there's something else you'd like to explore. You can always touch your hands down to the blocks for support. Drop the tail, drop the knees, squeeze the legs together. Do your best here. Breathe. And then when you're ready, we're going to roll onto our bottoms and all the way onto our backs. Okay, so you might move that blanket just a little bit. I'll bring this around here. Okay. Onto our backs we go. Okay. Bring the knees with you. Hug the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze. The knees can be squeezed together tight, or the knees can be wide, whatever feels good on the hips. Maybe there's some rocking here from side to side. Hmm. Just let some of this excess tension go, and then see if you can find a little bit of stillness here. Feel the weight of your body. Get in touch with this earth element of the body and also the earth element of the ground underneath you. Keep the right knee hugged in as you extend the left leg long. Let's scoot back a little bit here. Bring that knee in and then lengthen the leg upwards. Support the back of the thigh with the hands, interlace the fingers. Press the thigh, back of the thigh into your hands and breathe. And now begin to bend and straighten the right knee. The right leg. Careful not to lock the joint. Just exploring this motion of bending and straightening. Good. While the foot is up in the air, you can explore ankle rotations, ankle circles in one direction and then the other direction. You might point and flex here. This is going to boost circulation of the lower body, of the legs. Try to keep the hips balanced as much as you can. And then from here, we're going to turn the toes inward towards the left side of your mat. Keep support of that thigh as we drop the leg away towards the left side of the mat. Breathe into that stretch. There should maybe be some sensation here in the outer hip or in the back of the hip. Good. Keep holding. Inhale, bring that leg back up and squeeze the knee in once again. If you want, you can take the big toe and bring the leg out to the side if you'd like to do that, just to stretch the hips a little bit. You can also use a strap there or just hang onto the leg or even the thigh with knee bent. Bring that knee in, give it a squeeze, breath in and out, drop the leg. Take a moment to observe here in Shavasana before we move over to the other side. Just feel your body, breathe into your body. Bring the left knee in towards your chest, give it a squeeze. Full breath in and out. Lengthen the left leg upwards. Support the back of the thigh with your hands, fingers interlaced. Now press the back of the thigh into your hands. Flex both feet. This is a very active pose. Breathe. Maybe there are some ankle rotations that you'd like to try on the side. One way and then the other. Point and flex a couple of times. Again, this is going to help boost circulation. Can think of our calf muscle as our second heart, pumping blood back up to the heart for good blood return. So Aquarius rules the calf muscles. So it's good to get those stimulated and engaged. When you're ready, turn the toes inward towards the right side of your mat. The knee turns that way as well. So the whole leg, just to be clear, whole leg turns inward towards the right side of your mat. And then now allow the leg to drop in that direction, just maybe 6 inches or so. Drop your tail, Anchor the whole pelvis down, balance across the hips, and breathe. This can be fairly intense. Inhale, bring the leg back up. If you want, you can grab hold of the big toe and open up the leg to the other side. Knee can stay bent. Knee can stay bent, or you can lengthen the leg or grab hold underneath the thigh or use a strap. One more breath in here. Bring that knee in, one more squeeze, and then let that leg go. Take a moment to observe. Notice the post pose effects of that sequence. Now you have a couple choices here. You can take the knees wide, soles of the feet together. I'm going to inch back just a little bit more here. Okay, so you might like that. A nice option is to take the bolster under the legs. So my feet are supported by the bolster, knees open wide, legs fully supported by that bolster. This can be a really nice relaxation pose. You can also move into happy baby pose if you'd like. One more stretch here. Maybe there's a little rocking from side to side. Good. Nice. Bringing the toes back together. Mhm. And then again, dropping the legs down on the bolster. Make sure that feels really stable underneath you. And you can take Shavasana or relaxation right here. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can lengthen the legs over the bolster, like so. And just relax here. You can take arms over the head if you'd like. Support the back of the head with your hands. Any last movements you'd like to take here before we settle down into relaxation? And know that you can be in Shavasana or relaxation for as long as you'd like. And while you're doing that, I invite you to place your hands low on your abdomen and focus on the Bija mantra of the root chakra. That is Lam. So on your out breaths, you might chant Lam either out loud or to yourself. Sounds a little bit like this, and we'll do this 3 times. Feel free to join me if you like, taking a breath in. Om. Twice more like that. Big breath in. Om. One last time. Om. If you'd like to join me in chanting Om to finish our practice, we'll do so from a seated position. So take your time rolling over to one side, press yourself up, find a comfortable seat. We close in an upright position so that we can enjoy greater clarity of mind. So you might even use your bolster again, lift your hips up on that bolster. I like to use the blanket under my legs for a little cushion there. We'll use all three sounds of Om, starting with Ah, and then O, and finally We'll do that 3 times. So we'll start with the sound of Ah. Let's do that once together now. Take a breath in. Ah. The next sound of Om is O. Take a breath in. Oh. Finally, big breath in. Um, Finally, weaving all three seed sounds together to chant the sound of Om together. Take a breath in. Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shanti means peace, peace, peace. May there be peace. May I be a bringer of peace, peace to all living beings. Thanks so much for joining me for this full moon practice today. I'm Heather Burkart with Her Wellbeing, Ayurveda, and Yoga, and I'll see you next time. Feel free to go to my website, herwellbeing.com, to get more resources for your full moon practice, whether it's yoga or self care or meditation or herbal medicine. There is something for everyone. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you, that light that we both share.